so that our core members can access this 20-minute core focus class. We are going to do 4 sets of abdominals today. It's a very traditional class. Just settle your hips real heavy on your heels. Knees are nice and wide. Just crawl your fingers away from you. See if you can find almost like a cat-cow here. Find an arch of your back, and then set your belly down. Arching. Feeling your arms plug into your shoulder sockets. On your next inhale, keep your hands right where they are. Just shift your weight forward, finding your tabletop plank. That may mean that you need to walk your knees in a little bit further underneath your hips. Play around with your hands a little bit here. You can press into the tops of your feet as you take a true cat-cow to warm up here. We have 20 minutes to get deeply into all the layers of your abdominals and your obliques this morning. So take this moment to find a stretch to the front of your body. Settle into your neutral spine right through center. So you have a slight curve in your low back. Your rib cage is closed and your pelvic floor is drawing up towards your belly button. From here, tuck your toes. Press deeply into all 10 toes as you lift your knees up just 1 inch here. Take a big inhale, send your head a little bit further away from you. And keep that length through the back of your head down to your spine. From here, tap your right knee down, come back through center. Tap your left knee down, back through center, and then bend your elbows back towards your knees 2 times. Here we go. It's right. It's left, it's elbows, elbows. You got it. Finding a little flow this morning. Just finding that little tap, tap, bend, bend. Make this really small. Make this super controlled. You guys look great. Feel that engagement through your core. Feel your thighs fire up a little bit here. That's okay. Triceps too. That's all right. I'm just going to turn the music down a little bit to make sure we don't get flagged here. Nice. Wrap up your series here. So you even out your sides, you get those 2 arm bends in, and then just hold through center. We're gonna come right into a neutral spine. You have 10 counts to hold it here. And you get a little deeper into your abdominals, fighting gravity here. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap your knees down, cross your ankles, and send your legs long in front of you. Just start in a neutral spine. So feet are at hips distance. You've got that nice soft bend. Take your fists, put them right outside of your hips here. Press your fists down and lift up. Feel all that length through your back. Pull your shoulders down out of your ears and close your rib cage. This is your neutral spine. Close your eyes. I invite you to set an intention today, something that you want to feel at the end of this 20 minutes, some energy you'd like to take out into the rest of your day, maybe even into your weekend. Seal it in with a huge inhale. Then on your exhale, slide your hands behind your thighs. Walk your feet, knees, and thighs together. Send your arms long as you find your sacrum. From here, tip your hips up. Let's stay in that tip. Tip up. Tip up. So your collarbones are wide, your heart is still shining forward, and your feet are pressing down into your mat. You've got that extra support system of your inner thighs squeezing together. Just tip. No curl, just tip. Send your hands long over your knees. Now add a tip and a curl, almost like your fingers are reaching forward. We're gonna find our rows right away. We're starting on the left. As you tip your hips, roll your left elbow back, curling, reach it long. Nice. Just row it left. You're finding a slight rotation Your gaze can follow your wrists. Make sure that your knees stay connected this whole time. I don't want you wiggling through your knees because that means you're working through your hips and not through your abdominals. Yep. Beautiful. Last one left. Send your left hand long and start to find that row on the right. Reaching it back and forward. So you tip your hips up as you send your elbow back and you curl your ribs forward as you reach forward here. We're going to add our legs in here. You have 8 on this right side. Nice. Oh, I see. I love the super wide fingers. I love the gaze following the wrist. Beautiful. Nice. Last 2. Last one on the right. Now switch it left and forward, right and forward. As you pull your elbow back, add a length of your leg. Reach your leg forward. You can keep your feet flexed as you find these opposite sides. So as your right elbow pulls back, your left leg goes long. Squeeze your quadricep as you send it long. Really squeeze your tricep here too. This is a great chance to find a little bit more engagement through your arms, keeping them nice and strong, super, super straight on that out. No noodle arms. Nope. Or zoodle arms. Maybe you're a zoodles person. I'm a zoodles person. This should feel good. Your heart rate should definitely be coming up. Just finding that switch side to side. You have 4. Even out those sides. Last 2. Last one left. Last one right. Hold your arms long, send your feet long. Squeeze your inner thighs together and lower down 1 more inch. Maybe send your hands up to a nice wide V, keeping your shoulders out of your ears. You have 10 counts here. Come on down 1 more inch. Tip those hips up. We're going to find our roll downs. You'll separate your feet in 4, 3, 2. Separate your feet to hips distance. Reach on, hold on behind your thighs and roll it down for 2. Tap and right back up just to your high C. So as you can see me, I'm just tapping my low back and then barely coming up. Yeah? If you come all the way up, you're going to lose that vital engagement of your core. And we only have 20 minutes, so we've got to make sure that you hang on to that engagement. We're going to all hold it low. Take 1 more all the way through. Meet me down in your low C curve. Plant your feet firmly into your mat as if you are going to stand up. Biceps are high and wide. Gaze goes through your knees as you lift, lift, lift. There is no tip of your hips in this position. Your sacrum is reaching down. Your tailbone is pressing down into your mat. If you start to tip your hips up, you're going to feel this in your hip flexors. We don't want that. Just a couple whys for you. A little food for thought. You're just lifting up through center here. Nothing fancy this morning. A very traditional set of abdominal work. Hold that lift and start to take your right shoulder towards your left knee. Back through center, left shoulder, right knee, center. You can pick it up and find a switch side to side, or you can take it slow. Everybody is different on a different day. Finding those obliques here, you found them at the beginning of class in that tabletop plank. Just rotate, 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 rotate. Find lightness through your fingertips. Send your fists up to your shoulders. And as you rotate, reach your arm across, reaching for the outside of that knee. Finding these punches as you rotate. So your shoulder blades stay up off of your mat this whole time. You're just rotating side to side. Our feet are not leaving the mat. They are staying planted down this entire low C series. So really find some strength through your feet, press down. The more you traction your heels back towards your seat, you're gonna feel this in your hamstrings, which is great. It's a little bonus. Just punch it out side to side. Can you lift up a little higher? You have 4, 3, 2. Take your hands out long, reach them past your thighs. Spread your fingers wide and reach it right, left. So I just, in my own body, thought I'd put into practice what I just cued to you, which was pressing down a little bit more in my heels, and I was able to get my chest up a little bit higher and find more engagement through my abdominals just by pressing my heels down more. So give it a try. Reach, reach. We're gonna find a quick set of back dancing after a hold. You have 4, 3, 2. Here's your hold. Send your fingertips further past you. If you want an additional challenge, try pressing your palms down. Using the palms much like you use your heels. Find that lift. You have 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lay everything down. Lift your hips all the way up to high back dancing. Feel that release through the front of your body and squeeze your seat. It's lift, lift. Yep. And because it's Friday, we get a little dance party, so start to take it right, left, left. You can make this as much of an abdominal exercise as a seat exercise. The more you engage through your abdominals and close your rib cage up and lift up through your pelvic floor, the more lift you're gonna get with your seat. Just swing it out. Looking good. We'll find flat back floor in 3, 2, let's have a quick hold. Lift your hips up 1 more inch. Maybe you send your fingertips reaching towards the ceiling. Squeeze your seat. Find that abdominal engagement. You have 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay everything down. Pop your low back down. Settle it in, melt into that mat. Pop your heels up and start to draw your toes in. Now, if you'd like a little added challenge, take your hands out a little wider than you normally would. You're gonna have to fight to keep your rib cage closed here and keep that low back down. We're gonna find our dead bugs in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Float your toes up to knee height, knees just over hips, flex your feet, and start to take your right leg out for 2 and in for 2. Now you keep those knees directly over your hips. They do not cross your hip line. Every time you send your leg long, squeeze your quadricep and press your low back down. Just alternating. Nice. Again, heavy duty oblique work here. You got it. Last one right. Last one left. Glue your legs together. Send them long out onto your challenge point. Point your toes and start to cross your ankles. Right, left, left. Now, if you want to add your arms up in reaching towards the sky, you can. I like to add a little press in of my palms as I cross my ankles. Nice. Don't sacrifice your abdominal engagement just to move your legs around. If it doesn't work for you and you lose that connection of your low back on your mat, just hold your legs long and find a challenge point. It's not about speed, it's about control. You have 1 final set in front of you. You have 4, 3, 2. Here's your hold. Glue your legs together. Drop your feet maybe an inch if that's possible. Maybe send your hands a little bit further away from you. Thumbs reaching back. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab on behind your thighs and rock up to seated. Take your feet to hips distance. Then roll down like you're doing a high C curve again. Bring your forearms down to your mat. Find an exhale as you lift your chest up. Walk your feet in close to you. Tip your hips up. We're going to stay on single counts here. Send your right toes long. Ground your left foot and start to take your toes down for 2 and up for 2. We're staying on the right. Now, the reason we're doing a single leg is because I want you to really concentrate on your abdominals. I don't want you thinking about your legs here. This is the final set. And our hip flexors can sometimes start to get a little bit wonky, start to bark at us. And I want to make sure you get the most out of your core engagement this morning. Last one on the right. Plant your right foot down. Send those left toes long towards the ceiling. Squeeze it here. Walk it down and down, up and up. Nice. See if you can tip your hips up 1 more inch. Shine your heart all the way forward, nice and high. Good morning. Press deeply into your right foot to help keep this in your abdominals. Nice. Send those left toes nice and high. Match it with your right. Now fold yourself in half. Every time you tip your hips up, see if you can get your knees a little closer to your heart. Imagine that there is a string connecting your heart to your knees. You're trying to get a little closer. So unlike in other variations where we send your legs out on a challenge point, right now your challenge is pulling your knees in as closely to you as possible. See if you can find your straightest, longest legs here. And just exhale. I like to imagine my belly like an ice cream scoop here. Super hollowed out. And you're just tipping your hips up like crazy to find that engagement. Just pull. Just pull. If for any reason this starts to bother your hip flexors, you can always turn your toes out or take a soft bend. That's up to you. Just pull. Just pull. I know it's hard. So imagine that we're in the studio and you're doing this against the wall. And your toes are reaching towards the bar. Trying to touch that bar with the tops of your feet. Hold it here. Reach your toes a little longer. Turn your feet out to 11 and 1. Toes are flexed. Take a tiny unlock and a great big reach. So your knees find this micro bend. You should be feeling that through the backs of your hamstring and your calves. Should feel great. But again, this is an abdominal exercise. Stay with it. Bend, reach, bend, reach. Lift that heart up a little bit more. This is where we finish. No holds. You're just finding that bend, reach. Nice job. Stay with it here. You've got a stretch coming up. Beautiful. Lay everything down. Pull your legs into your chest. Rock a little side to side. Massage out your low back. Pull those shins in nice and close. Make some little circles. Beautiful. The hard work is done. Slide your hands inside your legs and grab onto the outside edges of your feet and find a happy baby. Let your legs be wide. Just a nice little rock side to side. Bring your knees back through center. Send your arms out to a T, ground your shoulders, and keeping your inner thighs connected, let your legs drop over to the left as your gaze goes to the right. You can press down on your top knee, find a deeper twist, bringing out your waist and releasing your obliques. Take a big inhale, slide your knees back up through center, and let them fall over to the left or the right. Right, left, whatever side you're on. Use your palm to press down onto your outside thigh, grounding your opposite shoulder. Big inhale. And exhale, come back through center. Grab on behind your thighs and rock up to seated. We're gonna finish class in the same position we started, so find your way to your happy baby. Let your toes come together. Let your hips be heavy. Rest your forehead on your mat and reach your fingertips long and away. Allow yourself 2 rounds of breathing here. Huge inhale. A deep audible exhale. One more big inhale. And that exhale, let it all go. Beautiful work this morning. 20 minutes flew by. I wish everyone a very happy Friday, a happy weekend.